Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Matt Chewy and today we are going through my favorite game, Deathwatchers. I'm making this tutorial just so I can show everybody how to kind of play, what you're looking for and what the instruments do. This game does have a bit of a steeper learning curve, but once you get into it, it becomes a dream to play. So let's get into it. Now, a lot of people are saying, hey, is this like a ghost hunting game and whatnot? It is more of a spot the difference kind of game, anomalies, looking for extra objects, different things like that. So I will take you through roughly in the lobby. So the dev has set up a wonderful tutorial through here in the main lobby. You can go through, you can learn about the evidence logger. He does have a pretty in-depth tutorial on there as well. Opening this door, you then have access to the EMF readers, still cameras, thermal cameras, video cameras, med kits, glow sticks, torches, or flashlights for my American friends, floodlight, sensors and parabolics, and void sticks as well, and then obviously the final ingredients as well. What we're going to be looking at here is two of the main screens. So the main screen here, you have your map selection, so you can choose which map you want to play on, what game mode as well. So there is two game modes in this. So Deathwatchers mode is the one where you are walking around, fighting anomalies, and recording them as you go. Classic is where you're actually sitting in a chair, watching monitors, and also trying not to get devoured by the entity who is going to stalk you. Difficulty, again, pretty standard. You can go normal. Normal mode will, which I'll go through later on as well. As you find anomalies or evidence, it will log the evidence for you automatically. Hard mode and nightmare mode do not have this function, so you need to record it yourself, which is imperative if you are playing in a team, because you can play this with up to 4 players, and each player will need to record their own, so that way they know what they are looking for. You'll also have down here set to set your ready status if you are playing multiplayer, and the start menu, the start button. So this here is the shop menu, basically where you can go through and purchase items using the up and down buttons there to add to it, and then you buy the items. They then show up in how many you've owned in your equipped gear and how many then you have equipped for that investigation as well. If you have not already and you do have enough money as well, you can click on locations, and this is where you can purchase the extra maps as well. Okay, and welcome to the Eccles Hill map. So what we'll start out here is all of your items on the tables here. I will be using a backpack. Now you can purchase this as well. I do highly recommend getting it because, as you can see in the top right hand corner, you've got 3 inventory slots. If you do buy this, it will then give you an extra 2 slots available, so it makes life a lot easier. So what we'll be doing is we'll be going through each of the items and showing you roughly what they do. So first off, the old trusty flashlight, on off with your main use button. I have recalibrated mine to my mouse just so I've got everything at once. What does it do? Obviously, it lights up so you can see where you're going. So quite simple. The photo cameras are useful, especially for newer players. So what you can do is you can take 3 photos, and what this will do is if you go into a room which you are unfamiliar with, you can take a photo of it and then reference it back. So if I take a photo like this, pressing tab and going to photo, that will give me a photo of the one I just took. Why is this useful? Because this game does have items that move or get added in. So this will be very useful to give you a reference point in the house to say, yes, this item has moved. Next, you have the thermal cameras, which basically I'll show you as we go through the investigation, but this is probably one of the most useful tools in the game because you will be able to see things that you could not normally see with your naked eye. So I'll show you how to use that one a little bit later. Glow sticks, basically just for light. However, one thing I do love about this game currently is you have the arm of a Major League Baseball pitcher. So you can use it and you can just throw them very, very far. Void sticks are going to be your major line of defense for two reasons. One, which if we do get any, will be a void, which is basically like a portal. They will hurt you. So you can use that to get rid of those. Or when the entity does attack, you can throw them at the entity as well, which will stop the hunt. EMF detectors are very important as well. So these are mainly used purely for object disappearances. So as you walk around the house with an EMF, if you see it spiking up, that means there has been a item disappearance close to you, and then when it goes to 5, you're smack bang on top of it. So very handy when you're trying to find items that or objects that are disappearing. The parabolic microphone and the audio sensor go hand in hand. The audio sensor you can place on the ground or walk around with, and if you hear a noise through that unit there, it will tell you how far to go. Then switching to the parabolic, you can then pick up whatever sound that is, which I'll go through a bit later as well. Bandages and medkits, fairly simple, self-explanatory in most games. If you want to restore a little bit of health, use the bandage. Medkits will do more. Video cameras will be, you can mount through the house. So if I click on video, for example, and night vision here, I can see there is, in normal, I do get one video camera for free. So this is currently installed in the upstairs hallway. So I can see this. Through here, you'll be able to see camera distortions, see where the entity is, obviously what's happening in that room, and you'll also see entity orbs as well, which will be little floating balls around the thing. Then you have the big bad flashlights. These things are extremely overpowered, but very useful in some levels. Put on the ground, interact with it, and there you go. They are very, very powerful, very, very blinding as well, as you can see. But especially in the subway level, these are extremely useful. So I'll go through the event logger quickly. So what you have here is, if you hold Q, it will bring up a dial with what kind of evidence that you can find. So whether it be blood, camera malfunctions, extra objects, entity orbs, entity sighting, footprints, handprints, lighting, object disappearance, object move, symbols, victims or limbs, voids, or writing. Now, it is noted as well, you will have a few different types of entity sightings. There will be two which are probably male, dead-looking characters. They are entity sightings. If you see the entity that is trying to hunt you, that is not the right entity, and this will not scan. It does not count as evidence. So as you can see here, the lights are flicking on and off in this room here. So that is a lighting event. So hold down Q, go to lighting, aim at the light, and it will give you that. So basically what we do from here is we go around the house. We will try and find a lot of different items and events. And as you can see here, this is a perfect example for the thermal camera. We can't see anything there with our naked eye, but holding up the thermal camera, we can see there is writing. So again, go to your event logger, hold down Q, go to writing, and scan that. And that will say, yes, you have now logged that item successfully. Press tab and go to journal and log. And there's the lighting event that we have captured and a writing as well. So now we go around and we'll have a look at any evidence. You will find things like this, like a bone or an urn or a cross. I will go through those later as well. And there was entity. So here we have more writing again, so I can scan that. Again, we can go around and use this. Now things will happen throughout the game as well, throughout the level. So don't expect everything just to appear all at once, they do appear over time. Orbs can be seen with two things. You can either use the thermal camera like this, or you can also see them on the video cameras as well. So all you're going to do with that is just choose your evidence scanner and scan the orbs in that general area. So here we can see there's a audio event very, very close to us. So holding up the parabolic microphone, you'll hear static, followed by what kind of event it is. Time to die, so that's a lovely thing to say. So hold down Q, and that is an audio threat. Scan that through. And it has now been logged. If you do see little bars like this spinning around, that is the audio event that you've missed. So what you can do is you can go and grab the parabolic microphone. And holding Q, you will have options to choose what it is: audio gore, audio help, and audio threat. So I've just scanned for a gore, which it was not. Now I don't know what type this is because I've missed it. There we go. So I've tried audio threat and it's scanned. So I've missed one audio threat, which you can see here. It's logged automatically because I'm playing on normal mode. So if we look over at the video cameras here, we can see this one is now distorted, this one is blurry, and this one is white. You can also then see the orbs as well. So that means we've actually got 3 camera malfunctions. So grabbing your evidence logger, hold Q, go to camera malfunction, scan the camera, and you will see it then pops up with a camera malfunction. Go back to your evidence logger, and then you can see it is now clear, and we also have orbs. So there's the other one that I scanned before. Now I need to go upstairs and scan that one so I can fix that. Voids are portals that can hurt you and will appear throughout the map. They'll look like this, and they do have a cone-like radius, so if you walk in this area here, you will get hurt. You can use void sticks to destroy them. Just like that, and then you can safely pass by. You can also let voids just burn themselves out as well over time, which will look like this. When the entity starts to attack like this, you can use a void stick to stop the hunt and save yourself. Very, very useful. So it doesn't work just on voids, but it also works on the entity as well. So coming over here, we can see a symbol with both the thermal camera and our naked eye as well. So we'll go here with our evidence logger, go to symbol, and scan that through. Here, we don't have anything, but we hold up the, there it is, the thermal camera, and we have a hidden symbol. So again, this is why the thermal camera is a very, very useful tool. Objects can move around the map as well. So for example, this couch here has moved, so you can scan that with an object move, and that will log. They will stay as they are throughout the rest of the match, unlike item disappearances will reappear. The EMF detector is used solely for object disappearances. So as you walk closer to it, an object that's disappeared, you will see the EMF light up. So the closer you get to it, the more it'll light up. And when you reach 5, that's when you can scan for object disappearance. And the item will appear. Extra objects can appear, so just go to your wheel and go to extra objects and select the item. And again, this will help a lot more as you start to learn the maps more regularly. So now we're at the point of the game where we can start to look at what kind of evidence we have. So I can press tab. These are the evidences that I've collected so far. Haven't seen any object disappearances or movements. Haven't seen any blood or handprints, but have seen quite a few footprints. So clicking on journal. These here are the ingredients you will need to use to banish the entity. So there is a few pages of them, but what you will do is you will go through each of them and look at it and say, has this happened? Yes or no? You do need both of them to appear or to be correct to be that that ingredient as a possibility. So entity sightings, you can click back to log. We have only had 2 so far. More of them may appear, but at this point we don't know. Object move, I haven't seen any object moves, so I'm pretty comfortable in saying that that is not one of these. Camera malfunctions 4 or less. I've actually had 4, so if I get 1 more, that means it will not be Asphodel. Writing must not occur. So have I seen writing? Yes, I have. I've seen quite a few of them. So I know it's not going to be Asphodel. So it's not going to be writing. So therefore we're not going to have that. So we may still get more camera malfunctions, but it doesn't matter because we need to have no writing for it to be Asphodel. Entity orbs 5 or more for boxwood, and writing none must occur. Now again, I can cross this off right away because we've had writing and we have had quite a few orbs, but again, we need to have both of them confirmed. For Elder, audio threats 5 or less, and 3 or more bloods. Now, I have actually seen no bloods in this game so far. So again, I'm pretty confident in crossing that out. Object disappearance, none must occur, which at the moment, yes, that is correct. Entity orbs, none must occur. Now, again, I have had quite a few orbs, so I know it's not going to be that. Therefore, we cross out fumitory as well. Handprints, none must occur, and object move 2 or more must occur. So handprints, I've had none. So I can actually tick that. Object moves 2 or more. Now, that then puts a bit of doubt in my mind because I haven't seen any object moves as yet. So does that mean I have some already or I haven't noticed them? So we'll leave that one, we'll come back to it. Holly, object move, none must occur. And voids, we've had no voids in this round as well, which is great because I really don't like voids. So we can tick that. Object move none must occur. So it's the opposite of garlic. So again, we don't know, it could be holly. Mandrake, symbols 3 or less required. I've had 5. So I know it's not going to be mandrake. And this is the joy of this part, is I can hide out here and I'm safe, even though it's hunting. Rosemary, 5 or more symbols, which is correct. Writing 4 or more, yes. So we know one of them is rosemary confirmed because I do have 5 or more symbols and I do have 4 more writings. Sage, 9 or more camera malfunctions, and footprints, none must occur. So I do have 4 footprints in this round. So that's off, which means Sage is off the table. Entity sightings, 6 or more. Audio threats, 11 or more. I've only had 2 so far, so I'm pretty confident in saying that it's not salt. Time, 5 disappearances, and footprints must not occur. Again, we've had footprints, so we know it's not that one. And you can see as you go through, you just start to wean them all out and tree them through there. Valerian, lighting 3 or more. Now I've had a lot of lightings, so I can say yes to that. And footprints as well, yes. So I can guarantee it's going to be Valerian. So where does that leave us? It leaves us with the option of either garlic, no object moves required, or holly, object move, none must occur. I'm leaning more towards holly. So for this one, I will guess it's going to be holly, rosemary, and valerian. Now this leads us to the final event within an investigation. This is optional, but you do get more points and more money if you do use it. So under ritual, you'll have this screen here with 3 drop-down boxes. So these are all of the ingredients as we saw before. So we know I'm going to be choosing holly, rosemary, and valerian. Rosemary and valerian. Now we do need a final item. Now this is the next piece. We have to go and find the book as our main item. Okay, so here we have some of the main items that you'll be using for the ritual. Pen, notebook, jewelry box, urn, book, axe, magnifying glass, voodoo doll, toothbrush, and bone. There is a few others as well, like the cross, which can be scattered around the map. So these items are all scattered around the map. They are usually in the same kind of spawn location, but they do change where each item will be. So again, this is why I love this game, is because every single game will be different based on your evidence and also what outcome you'll have. To perform the ritual, we'll grab our circle soil, we'll place it down like this, and put our ingredients around the middle, around the corners, and we'll place our object in the middle. And for single player, just click that. For multiplayer, you do need to all press at the same time. Let's start the ritual. And if you get that result, you win, and you don't have to bring back all of your items. If you get this other one, then you may die. When you return back to the lobby, you will see all of the events that happened and ones that you may have missed. So then you'll see your ad revenue, which is how much money you're going to make, your multiplier. If you're playing multiplayer, this is how many people died, how long your time took, and then the ingredients that you did need. In this case, I did get them right, and then the item that I needed and where it was as well. So my name has been Matsui, and I hope you found this tutorial informative. If you want, you can drop a like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, and also join me over at Twitch, and I will see you in the next one.